power factor, I think if power, so how do you can say that there will be resistor inductor? Lag is telling 0.6. Then why not only resistor? Why not only inductor? If only resistor, power factor will be 1. If only inductor, power factor will be 0. Power factor is 0.6. Lagging means it should have inductor as well as the resistor. So first there's a circuit, 115 volt is a VRMS, 50 Hz. There's a resistor, there's an inductor. R1 and L, you write it. Then other circuit, 115 volt, 50 Hz. Takes a current, and how much of current here? Current here is 3 ampere. It's RMS. Whenever I say current means it is RMS only. Now other circuit is telling 0.707 leading. So it must be RC circuit. Why not only resistor? Only resistor, you would have said 1, power factor will be 1. If only capacitor, you would have said 0. But 0.7 is there.
Sir, it can be RLC now, sir.
Is asking to assume minimum things. If it says more than one reactive element, you should take. Otherwise, you should take only one element.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and what is the current here? 0. Or 1 by root 2 ampere. Now, what all we know? We know VRMS. We know IRMS. But we don't know R1 and L, R2 and C. Power factor is what we know. So what is the formula for power factor?
Sir, current is 5 amperes.
5 ampere. Power factor is this one. 5 ampere, 5A. Okay, now go back to formula. You see, like this, there are some around more than 100 numericals are there. No concept. Already you know every formula now. In RL circuit, you draw the impedance triangle. So get one by one. There's a phase angle of this circuit, let it be phi 1. The phase angle of this circuit, let it be phi 2. This should be XL, this should be R1, this should be Z1. And then for this, the triangle will be R2, this is XC, this is the impedance Z2, this is the phase angle. I think you know how to draw this impedance triangle. No. Let's come for one by one. Do we know cos phi value? We don't have. We have only VRMS and IRMS. What is this 3 ampere is IRMS. So what we know is the power factor cos phi 1 is equal to 0.6. I'll write it. What all given? Cos phi 2 is equal to 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 is 0.707. No? Now looking at this, what you can write cos phi 1, R1 by Z, impedance. And we know what is a, how you write VRMS? VRMS should be equal to I1 into Z1 across the total circuit. No, we know VRMS how much? 115. I1 3. I'll get Z1. So Z1 equal to 115 by 3. 35 ohms. So I know value of Z1. I know value of Z1. That I'll substitute here. I'll get R1. So what is R1? 35 into 0.6. I'll get R1. Anybody value? 21 ohm.
Sir, that is not 35, sir.
Not 35. Huh?
38.3.
38.3. Okay, now this will be, you'll get the value of R1. Okay, I got like this. I got the R1 and Z1 values. Similarly, you proceed here. What is VRMS? I2 into Z2. First, I'll write cos phi 2 value. Cos phi 2 should be R2 by Z2. No. So this will be VRMS equal to I2 by Z2. VRMS is how much? 115. This is 5. I'll get the Z2.
$23 ohm.
Z2, huh?
Yes, sir.
No, what about R1? R1, anybody?
92.98.
2.98.
92 point?
22.98, sir.
22.98. Shall we make it 23? Okay, I know R1. Can I bring L1, L value of L? So we know what is Z1 is equal to. Z1 is equal to Z1 square equal to R square plus XL square. No? We know Z1 value, we know R1, we'll get XL. And if you know XL, L omega. What is omega? 2 pi f. With this, we'll get the value of L and R1. Fine. Similarly, on this side we know R2 value. Anybody value R2? Value of R2, anybody? 23 into 16.3.
16.06.
16.26. That's
Okay, now after getting R2 again, so what is Z2? You can write it as Z2 square equal to R2 square plus XC square. We know omega from here. Then from XC, I'll get the value of XC. From XC is equal to 1 by omega C. I'll get the value of C. So like this, from this information, we get all the quantities. After getting this, what is telling? If the two circuits are connected in series across a 230 volt 50 hours supply, they're connected in series. Then is asking all other quantities. So what we should do now? So we should go for another circuit. I think we got R1 from, I think only XL is needed. No need of L1. No need of L and omega, only XL is enough. XL and XCs are enough. Only XC and this one. If you want to find out capacitance, you can find out. After this, R2 32.53. Check once. 16.62. What we're getting.
16.26 only, sir.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Now I'll connect them in series across another source. R1, inductor, R2, capacitor. This is having how much of 230 volt. That is VRMS only. Now is asking all the things. Find the current, power consumed, power factor. Directly what we should do here, go for the triangle So what should be the triangle? No, XL minus XL. No need to calculate L and C value. And this should be R1 plus R2. And this should be the total impedance. Or in terms of, I think this much is what we have. We know XL, XC and R1, R2 will get from this, the impedance also. So how you should write impedance? R1 plus R2 whole square. Which one is greater, XL, XC? From the calculations it will come. I'll get the impedance. After getting impedance, or if you want the phase angle, after getting this impedance, then you can calculate the current. So what is the current? IRMS. IRMS equal to 230 volt by Z. Then power consumed. So who will consume power? IRMS square into R1 plus R2 only, no? Or else what you should do? This can also be written as VRMS, IRMS. This is VRMS into cos phi. And what is cos phi? You should calculate from here. It's left to you. I think to save time, this is the best now. Already you are having IRMS and you know R1, R2. You'll get the average power. Power factor of circuit. Power factor means what is asking? Cos phi only. You know, so these are the things which the types of numericals will be available for you. It's there in icon. I just picked up from there. So I think, sir, there are no any concept here, no, the formulas, voltage triangle, power triangle, impedance triangle, then cos phi, tan phi, then impedance equal to R square plus XL square, lag circuit, lead circuit, impedance is equal to under root of R square plus XC square. And what is XC? 1 by omega C. And whenever they say voltage, sir, they didn't say it's RMS, VRMS. Whenever they mention voltages, it should be VRMS. Whenever they mention current, it should be RMS only. If it is not VRMS or IRMS, I'll mention it. Otherwise, it should be taken for granted. A current flows in a circuit, in AC circuit. It should be RMS only. I'm making things clear. Afterwards, I don't know, students, in spite of this in exams, so they didn't say it's RMS. Then okay, finish. It's your problem. It's a convention. No? In AC circuit, whatever the current you measure, it's RMS because you can measure only IRMS. I'm